after a pretty aggressive move on the very first lap, but he hit big front tyre problems from the get-go and limped home in a bitterly disappointing 13th place. Not what we expected from a man who's looked in such good nick over the last few weeks.
The weekend started pretty poorly for Johann Zarco. He had a crash in practice one earlier in the weekend as well, a fast one too, coming through the Ramshoek corner. And then going into qualifying one, which is unusual for Johann Zarco this season. Got through that, managed to qualify on that third row of the grid. But as you say, he ran into front tyre problems. Went for the medium front in the sprint, one of the few riders to do so. The vast majority went for the soft front tyre, and Johann Zarco just didn't have the confidence on that particular option. Just said that decision was a mistake, and it was impossible under braking as well for to make that move. Many went for the hard front tyre, of course, rather than the medium. And Johann Zarco, in the end, coming through down in 8th, or starting in 8th place and missing out on the point. Johann Zarco actually came across the line in 13th place. He's still chasing from 8th position on the grid because he's not shown signs this weekend that he's got the pace to go too far forward from there, but don't write the Frenchman off.
We've just seen the beast, Enea Bastianini, of course, still working his way back to full fitness. He was the perpetrator of an aggressive move on Luca Marini going into the Timmer chicane. Half a second penalty due to short-cutting the chicane at turn 17. He was pretty aggrieved about that, saying, well, what could he do? Because there was contact from Enea Bastianini that put him into that chicane, but Marini, very disappointing, just did not have the speed at all, didn't he? Having started on that front row, he finished in 10th. Fabio Di Giannantonio wasn't there yesterday for the Red Bull Catering Factory Racing team. They fought for Brad Binder, but he had that exceeding track limit penalty, which dropped him 3rd to 5th place. But Binder clearly has got good speed. Super happy with the performance of his KTM. Solved some front end and some rear grip issues from his crew. And Jack Miller always going to be charged.
Yeah, about yesterday's sprint, he looked to struggle a bit in it. I didn't expect that, or in qualifying. Brad didn't. He looked absolutely fantastic, confident out there, but it didn't go to plan. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, we suffer in the sprint race with solve it. Brad, yeah, he was a long lap penalty. That we paid.
Sorry, guys. Just let these bikes pull away. Sorry, and a long lap penalty. We'll have to come back.
No problem, Simon. Yeah, we'll pick it up. Horsepower MotoGP lane. So just as soon as it quietens down, we'll pick it up again with Francesco. Be part of the Tissot sprint post-race away from Brad Binder after that track limits penalty, and that pushed Fabio Quartararo onto the podium. Craig and Francesco. Back to you guys.
Sorry about that, Francesco.
The long lap. He didn't realize at all. He went just once because of he lost the front end, and then he went wide. But the two more green, I didn't realize to have touched. So yeah, it was a really bad surprise for him and for us.
Okay, in today's race, your thoughts?
Oh, we will try again. I hope to have.
Thank you.
Thanks, Francesco. Guidotti, thanks to Simon Crafar. What a shot that is. You can see how hot it's been this terrain in the last month or so. Let's have a look here then. Leaving pit lane, two great mates, but about to be fierce rivals, aren't they? They just give the signal, acknowledge each other as they slot alongside each other on the grid for this 26 lap. TT, is it going to be another showdown between Bezzecchi and Bagnaia? Who is going to go into the summer break with the 25 points up to 74? Being consistent, not just on Sundays, Lewis, but in those sprints as well, because Bagnaia, without any question, he's been the big winner on Saturday so far this season.
And that all comes largely from qualifying. Looking through Marco Bezzecchi's qualifying record so far this year, this is just the second time in 2023 that he's qualified on the front row of the grid. The other time he qualified on the front row, he went on to take second in the sprint time Saturday morning, right? Obviously that translated into the afternoon, and will it translate into victory here today? Fabio Quartararo, well, he's got the morning. Quartararo was stretching out and flexing that left foot after that injury sustained while running earlier on in the week.
Filtering ahead over the grid, a grid that sadly lacks Marc Marquez. But it does feature two men who had a great Dutch TT here 1 year ago. Maverick Vinales is first Aprilia podium, and a stunning charge back through the field after being collected by Fabio Quartararo at the Struven early on. Aleix Espargaro 15th to 4th, including that sensational last lap double overtake. What are the pre-race prospects or the thoughts of Aprilia boss Paolo Bonoro? He's
what we've seen in the past from it. What do you think is possible for your two riders?
Has a lot. Our bike likes a lot, and also our rider likes a lot this behavior, this riding style. For sure, the weather is hotter than yesterday. To be more in the front, and we hope for a good start for sure.
You lose the possibility because front tire temperature following other bikes, or
no? Because he has many overtaking to do. He force quite a bit during the and he lose the first rider. So when you lose the first rider more than 1 second, is so difficult, in particular for a sprint race, to recover them.
Thank you, and best of luck this afternoon.
Thanks so much, Simon. Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. You picked just a short moment ago. Of course, Marco Bezzecchi starts from pole position from Pecco Bagnaia and Luca Marini. Brad Binder, the sole rider within the top 6, who is starting on the soft rear tyre. Johann Zarco, Alex Marquez, rear tyre. So too Fabio Gianantonio, Taka Nakagami.
Olympic champion, she is going to be waving the checkered flag at the end of this Grand Prix. What a special moment that will be for her. Of course, it was our 1000th Grand Prix just a few An Olympic champion and 4 times world champion pro cyclist. That's not a bad season. Johan Zarco then, with a fair amount of work to do after his 13th place in the sprint. 8th place on the grid goes the Frenchman after his high-speed crash in P1. But what a weekend on Saturday afternoon. What beckons for Bears on Sunday afternoon here in Assen? Well, let's get the thoughts pre-race of Pablo Nieto, his team boss. Who's for Simon?
He is. Pablo, I'd love to hear from you on both riders. Bears this weekend, just awesome from practice one all the speed there and struggled.
Bike, and he likes a little bit better. Very, very hard race. Pecco is in a very good moment. He always is over there. It's really, really important to try to make a very good the first 2 laps, because in the end we saw it in the past that the first 2 laps is one of the main points of the race, and then after that one you have to see where you are and try to make a very good race.
Thanks, Pablo.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. Thanks to Pablo Nieto. Can they continue their great record so far in 2023? Marco Bezzecchi, the winner of the Argentinian Grand Prix at Tomás Rio Hondo, the winner of that dramatic 1000th Grand Prix at Le Mans. And this one, you feel it's a Grand Prix win. The Dutch TT are such a like we have in Aston, that this is a race in the grandstand. He was
Grand Prix. Marco Bezzecchi 31 points behind Pecco Bagnaia and 10 behind Jorge Martin. So what order will they be in? And look at that, what a full circle today. Back in 2005, Marco Bezzecchi was here with his family supporting Valentino Rossi. Today, is Valentino going to watch Marco Bezzecchi
one year that Valentino Rossi won this Dutch TT. Now then, let's go and see. See what's happening to Yamaha throw on the sprint podium. Let's get some thoughts from the Yamaha boss, Lynn Jarvis, who's with Simon.
Lynn, it looks and sounds like there's some real hope back in the possible, the team in general, that Fabio could do something special.
Yeah. Sign qualification for the, and in the result to get the podium.
Sejak awal, semua pebalap berikan tontonan lewat aksi manis.
And Fabio's feeling after the race was it can be the same today. I think it really depends if we're able to tag on behind the Ducatis at the start. We've got to get out of the gate quickly, and